I bought another bike. Let's go get it. Alright, just picked up this bad boy. So in case you haven't figured it out yet, it's a hardtail chopper. It's one of Cole's that he's put together. Obviously there's a fair bit of work got to go on it too. It's an old Evo engine with panhead style rocker box covers. Cole's put his custom exhaust on. It sounds wicked. Very, very old school. Love it.
Well, I can't see past you, even though I try. The crowd across the room smiled and said goodbye. I just keep pushing my way through the crowd. I try to get your attention, but the room is way too loud. I just wanna see you naked. I just wanna get you home.
I love this thing. Oh my god. So much fun.
I just wanna make you sweat. Well, I'm hoping flowers ain't on your mind.
Alright mate, so I've got this chopper off here. What have I got?
Fucking ripped
He
off.
doesn't know either.
Fucking ripped off, I'd say. No, you got it's a bloody good bike. It's well, you've been riding it, you know what it's like.
I love the thing. It is ridiculous.
So it was sort of, I put it together out of bits and pieces I had laying around, quite literally. And it's a G-Works frame. Luke from G-Works sorted that for me.
Yep.
It's got
And that's got John Treese.
John Treese cases,
Yep.
engine cases. Well, they're quite collectible now because
Yep.
John's been dead for a while. He built a really good high performance engine case. That's not a high performance engine.
Yep.
But if you ever wanted to turn it into one, you wouldn't do a rigid frame. It's got enough power now. No, it's just that's all it is. It's just been built up the way I thought it should look. I sold it to a guy in Tassie, and it was down there for was it 5 years? Something we were working on.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And he couldn't. He got a new girlfriend that wanted to ride on bikes. Well, it's no place to put a girl. So.
No.
So I agreed to buy it back off him.
Not if you want some action afterwards.
Or any time in the next 6 months. So that's the story about it. It's all hand. A lot of it's frames, G-Works, but.
So you know where the frame goes over the top of the heads there.
Top of the motor.
Top of the motor. Did you machine that out to fit properly?
Yeah, so that's a fake pandemonium or some brand like that where you can buy those tops and put them on an Evolution engine. They look fantastic.
Yep.
But they didn't fit that motor. That frame was never designed to have that motor in it, so I shaped the top of the motor to fit in around the down tube. And originally I had a fuel tank on it that I'd cut out to sit down over the top of the motor that looked really. It was a lot of work, but when we'd finished it, look, it was hours and hours of work to get it to seal and fit on top of the motor nice. When we finished it, looked shit out. So I didn't know. I think the guy in Tassie must have kept that because I forgot about it. And it's got that little sports tank on, and that's far enough. You need to be able to stop for a reason.
Yeah, well,
The petrol's a good one.
Yeah, well, you definitely wouldn't go around Australia on it. Well, if you did, you'd be taking a big jerry can with you because you don't get very far. But I've got to say, it is probably one of the funnest things I've ever ridden. I just love the thing. It's fantastic.
They are good fun.
Yep.
That's why I like the old bikes. Plus, you don't get tickets. You don't attract attention.
No. And we put the 6-bend bars on as well.
Oh yeah. Those the bars they were kicking around here, they look good on it.
They look cool as all.
Well, that's an old school. Anything with 6 bends and handlebars is really old school. It was predominantly for Triumphs and British bikes back in the day, but a few people, well, you don't see a lot of them on a Harley, but I like the way it looked, and it gave it a great riding position.
Now I was thinking about putting it on a Springer front end, but I think I'm going to stick with the way it is because it just rides really, really well. Your thoughts? I reckon it for a hardtail, it's comfortable.
So when we sort of talked about putting a Springer in it, I was against it from the start. When you've got something that's that good, you don't change it. And at least it's got good suspension and good brakes at one end of the bike. If you were to put a Springer in there, now you've cut your braking in half. It's not that ideal. So no, I'm glad you're not going for the Springer. There's something pretty cool about a Springer and a rigid and a panhead looking engine, of course. But then we have to put new pipes on it if they have upswept fishtail.
That was the other thing we did. We put those custom pipes of yours on.
That was your design. You designed those. I just made them. That's how you wanted them. That's fine.
But they came out bloody. It sounds wicked. It honestly.
It does sound good, and it hasn't got a baffle in it. I thought it would be too loud, but for some reason it's not. So there's probably not a lot of compression in that motor, but the motor hauls as much power as you want with something like that. Really.
Also, it's called an individual build, that isn't it? Is it?
So I've registered it and did it as an individual construction or an IDV, individual construction vehicle, ICV, individually constructed vehicle, ICV. They probably changed it now. The new generation come in, they changed.
Is that what that blue sticker is on the side?
Yeah. So it was genuinely 100% engineered. We had to do brake tests. We had to do frame stress tests. Any welds I put on the frame had to be carbon X-rayed or carbon tested. And I can't remember the guy's name now. He's an old guy. So he did that one I built that Danny Hayes had for a while.
Yes,
the old one.
Yep.
That was an ICV as well. You're only allowed to build one every 5 years or something like that to sell. Because it's to help the hobbyists become legal. It would be my. And it's also very strict to stop the idiots that think it's easy.
To do it.
From doing it, but he was. We had to produce all the receipts for all the parts, so you can't. A lot of people use we used to use ICVs as a way to fix up stolen stuff. But you've got to prove where you bought every single thing. And it's all predominantly Harley Davidson parts that went into it. So.
And that's the other thing we did. We cut that back guard too, didn't we? You cut it. I said.
I cut it where you put a mark on it. We put a good tail on that too, didn't we? No, it had a good tail on it. Had the tombstone tail on it. Yeah, that's really neat. And the number plate, we modified that and mucked around with it.
And so I've also got I put the seat in for to get made up. So Cole made up the seat pan for me. So that's gone across to Truline Trimming, to Marcus, he's going to do something real schmick with that as well. So I can't wait to get that back. That's where we're at so far, folks. So we'll keep you posted with how it turns out. But so far, that's where we're at.
Well, I've just ridden back from Geelong on it. First time ever riding that far on a hardtail. I've got to be honest, it's way more comfortable than I thought. And it sounds wicked.
Righto, so what are the other plans I've got for this bike? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to paint the frame. Okay, so the frame will go from what it is now. It's got a bit of a lacquer on it that somebody's put on, but obviously to keep the rust down, but that'll all be sanded back and it'll be a black frame. The tins are going to get sent off to Shannon to get painted. It'll be an old school type of look on that as well. Going to change the hand grips as well. The forward controls will be changed. These forward controls are going to go for a more traditional sort of look. These are a bit modern for my liking. Also, the way this is set up, it's very short, so I've got to actually lift my leg off the P there to downshift, which is a pain in the bum. Upshifting is no worries, but downshifting is a bit of a pain in the bum. The other side is fine, the brakes are fine. Like I said, the seat is coming back. It's still at Truline Trimming. They're doing all that. they're the main things. Oh, changing the indicators. Going to change the indicators as well. Something a little bit fancy on the indicators. Other than that, that's about it so far. I'm going to change the front wheel as well. It's got a white stripe on. I don't like the white stripe at all. I'm going to go more traditional, just a plain black wheel, the same as the back. That's about it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put little brass accents on a couple of different places. I'm not doing a lot, just little bits and pieces here and there, just to give it that old school look. That will be on the forward controls. They'll have some brass accents on there. Maybe the indicators will have a little bit. A couple of these like spaces and stuff, I'll put some brass accents on there. There's already some on there already that's been done. I am going to do all the wiring. I'm going to put the like the braided sheath over the top of everything to give it that real old school look. The horn is going. I'm getting rid of the horn, this current horn. That will be replaced, but I've already got one. It's only going to be a small black horn. You won't even see it. I want it to be sort of not a feature of the bike. And for now, that's about it. There's a lot to be done. A lot of work ahead. We're doing it over the next few months. It'll give me something to do once the riding, most of the riding's done over the next couple of months. Obviously, through summer and autumn we do a lot of riding. And that's about it. So that's where we're at the moment. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, give us a big thumbs up. I can't wait to get stuck into this. It's going to be fantastic when it's done. Big thanks to Cole for all the work he's done for me so far. The guy's just a wealth of knowledge, and if you ever need anything down at Geelong Harley, make sure you hit him up. Other than that, we'll catch you next time on the Harley Roadshow. See you guys.
Looking at her, lying there sleeping, wondering what she sees in me. She keeps saying I've got so much to offer. What she gives to me, what I